What if I told you that one of humanity's greatest achievements might not have happened the way we think? Was the Apollo 11 moon landing in 1969 actually a fake? Let's dive deep into one of the biggest mysteries of our time. July 20th, 1969. Neil Armstrong steps onto the lunar surface and utters the immortal words, "That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind." But almost immediately after that historic moment, whispers of doubt began to grow. Was it all a giant Hollywood production staged by NASA and the US government? To understand why people started questioning it, we have to look at the context. It was the height of the Cold War. America and the Soviet Union were locked in a fierce space race. Losing was not an option for the US. Now let's break down some of the most famous arguments from moon landing skeptics. First, the waving American flag. Conspiracy theorists argue that in the vacuum of space with no air, the flag should not ripple. However, NASA explains it easily. The flag was designed with a horizontal rod to keep it extended, and it rippled because of the motion when they planted it into the ground. Next, no stars in the moon photos. Skeptics point out the total lack of stars in NASA's pictures. But photographers know that with bright foreground lighting, like the sun shining directly onto the moon, the camera exposure has to be low. Stars are too dim to appear in those settings. Another big claim: odd shadows. They argue that inconsistent shadows show multiple light sources like a movie set. But in reality, the uneven lunar surface can distort the way shadows fall. Plus, sunlight bouncing off the moon's surface and the astronauts' white suits caused weird lighting effects. Now let's talk about the evidence that supports the moon landing being 100% real. First, there are retroreflectors, special mirrors placed by Apollo missions on the moon's surface. Scientists still bounce lasers off them today to measure the distance to the moon precisely. Second, thousands of people worked on the Apollo project. Scientists, engineers, astronauts. Pulling off a fake of that scale without a single credible leak for over 50 years? Almost impossible. And third, the Soviet Union was monitoring everything during the space race. If the US had faked it, you can bet the Soviets would have called them out instantly. But they didn't. So why does the theory that the moon landing was fake still persist? Honestly, it's the perfect recipe: distrust in government, incredible technological achievement, and the natural human love for mysteries. Plus, the idea that everything you know is a lie is a powerful and thrilling story to believe. In the end, whether you believe in the conspiracy or not, the Apollo 11 mission represents a huge leap for humanity, a reminder of what we can achieve when we dream big and work together. What do you think? Was it a real moon landing or a staged masterpiece? Drop your theories in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more deep dives into history's greatest mysteries.